Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's super quick and effective hip dip workout. Today we're going to be strengthening the gluteus medius muscles, we're going to be rounding out the side booty, and we're going to be sculpting the thighs as well. I'm going to be using a resistance band. It says it's a heavy resistance band, but it's quite old, so it's more like medium resistance. You can do this entire routine without a band, or you can add ankle weights. It's entirely up to you. Without any weight or resistance at all, it's still going to be challenging and effective. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to place my band off to the side of the mat, and we're just going to begin by warming up and waking up those hip joints. So we're going to start by plugging the belly in, the wrists are below the shoulders, and we're going to start drawing circles in the air with that right knee. So circling up and back, really lifting that knee, getting a nice full circle in the air. Gently start squeezing the gluteus medius as you lift that knee up and around, mobilizing the hip, breathing through it, in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3 and 2 and 1. Lower the knee. I'm going to lower my left forearm down to the floor, and I'm just going to lift and lower that right leg out on a diagonal. Again, just gently warming up the glutes on the right side, mobilizing the hip and stretching the leg for 3 and 2 and 1. Nicely done. I'm going to come over and do the other side, focusing on the left hip now. So lifting that left knee up and circling it down and back, drawing that nice big circle in the air. Really important to warm up the hips before you do gluteus medius work. Make sure you've got that mobility. You've worked out any little kinks. Sometimes our hips have a tendency to pop or crack when we first start moving them. So just breathe through that. Move slowly and with control for 2 and last 1. Nice work. Lower your right forearm down to the floor. Take that left leg out on a diagonal and lift and lower it. Plug the navel in toward the spine here. Find a lot of length from the hip out through that big toe as you lift and lower the leg. Can already feel the work even though we're just warming up. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, from here we're going to come into a seated position. If you're using the band, you can put it around the thighs, just over the knees. And I'm going to move back into my all fours position. So from here, wrists are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. This is actually quite a core strengthening move as well, so double benefit as we work the thighs and the glutes. So we're going to come into a shin lift position, pushing the mat away. We're going to open the knees and bring them back to parallel. Open the knees and back to parallel. We've got 8, 7, lift abdominal wall for 6, 5, 4, keep those shins parallel with the mat, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Nice work. Now we're going to do the same thing again, but now we're going to kiss the knees together between each repetition. So it looks like this. We're going to come up, widen, squeeze knees together. Widen the knees apart, squeeze knees together. We've got 8, 7, 6, lift abdominal wall, 5, send those knees out to the side for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Lower down. Now from here, we're going to move into a bridge position. So I'd like you to lower down 1 vertebra at a time, bringing the head, neck, and shoulders onto the floor. We're gonna plant the palms down on either side of the body. Heels are below the knees. Legs are hip distance apart. Tilt the pelvis back. Lift the hips up toward the ceiling. Tuck the tailbone, engage the core. Open the knees and bring them back to parallel. Open and back to parallel. Squeezing the glutes, contracting the thighs, and keeping that core engaged, creating that nice flat line from the breastbone all the way across the body, down through the knees. Good. Open and back to parallel. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, amazing work, last 1. Now if you're feeling strong here, I'd like you to come onto your toes, onto the balls of your feet. Otherwise, keep your feet flat. We're gonna lower, lift, abduct the knees, back to parallel. Lower, lift, abduct the knees, back to parallel. Pushing up through the balls of your feet or through your heels if your feet are flat on the floor. Really focusing on widening those knees as much as possible. And then bringing them back to parallel, keeping the tension on the thighs and the glutes with that band. So you're always sort of gently pushing against it. Amazing. Push up, widen, close, and lower. Not close, back to parallel. You know what I mean. Good work. And last one, we're gonna come up and spread the knees wide and then pulse the knees out to the side. Little pulses here, getting deep into the gluteus medius. Keep it up. I know this is tough, but you can do it. Keep pulsing. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Amazing work. Now from here, we're going to come back up into our all fours position. From here, we're going to target the right side first. So we're gonna lower the left forearm down to the floor. From here, we're gonna lift that right knee up to the side and lower. Just hover it above the mat and lift it up again. We're coming into our fire hydrants here. Good. We've got 10. Lift that knee nice and high. 8, 7, 6, you can do it. 5, working against the resistance of the band. Belly button is plugged in toward the spine. We've got 2, and final 1. Nice work. Now from here, we're gonna lift that knee up and pulse it up. Little controlled pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Now from here, we're gonna lower down onto the side body. I'd like you to bring your shins so that they're parallel with the edge of the mat. Knees are stacked, hips are stacked. Hand is down on the mat for support. Hand is supporting the head, or you're on your arm. From here, we're gonna just lift that top leg and lower. Lift the top leg and lower. Lift it up and lower with control. So we're never sort of letting that leg flop back down. We're controlling it. We're moving down with resistance and lifting against the resistance of the band. Notice I'm keeping my legs perfectly parallel here. I'm not letting that top hip roll back. It's stacked right on top of the lower hip. We're squeezing the gluteus medius with every lift. So you can even place your hand here for feedback to make sure that you're really contracting, feeling the work that you're doing for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Amazing work. Now we're gonna lift just the lower part of the leg, and we're gonna widen the knees and then knee to knee. Widen the knees, turning the toes slightly down, and then tapping the knees together. Good. So you're kind of creating a little arc in the air with that top knee. These should really burn. We've got 8, 7, 6, so close to the finish line on this side, and 2, and 1. Amazing work. Lower down. Okay, we're going to switch sides now. So I'd like you to come down onto your right forearm, and we're going to work this left side coming into the fire hydrant. So we're lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering, opening up to that left side. Good work. We've got 10, 9, lift that knee a little higher, 8, 7, nice long relaxed neck, 4, 3, lift it up, 2, strong core, and 1, amazing. Now we're going to go into those pulses up, so make sure your spine is nice and long, lift that knee and pulse. Little control pulses. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Nice work. Let's lower down onto our side. Lining up the knees, the hips, and the shins. Placing the hand on the mat for support and lifting and lowering that top leg. Good. Keeping it controlled, keeping the legs parallel. Core is engaged here. 8, 7, 6. Feel those glutes working hard. 4, 3. Relax that neck. 2, and 1. Amazing. Now we're lifting just the lower part of that top leg, and we're opening and closing. Opening and closing. Working deep into those hips. You've got this. Thighs are burning, glutes are burning. We've got 8, 7. Keep those legs parallel. 6, 5. Relax your neck. Shoulders down away from your ears. For 3, and 2, and 1. Amazing. Lower the foot down. We're now going to take the band off and stretch out those glutes. Lower down onto your back. Cross your right leg over your left. Take your hands behind your thigh and hug that left knee in towards you, stretching out the right glutes. Pressing low back into the mat. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Left over right, hugging the right knee in. Breathing deeply, stretching out the glutes, opening up in the hip. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands behind the thighs. Roll up. Turn and face me. Bring your feet together and just hinge over the lower body. You can take your hands onto your knees and gently apply pressure, stretching through the spine. Roll shoulders down away from the ears. Opening up in the hip and stretching the thighs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Elevate up, cross your legs. Let's roll out our shoulders for 3 and 2. Amazing work. Last one. Melt away all the tension in your shoulders and you are done. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that routine. It was super effective. It was super quick. Well done. And thank you so much for joining me for today's workout. I will see you again soon.